What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Switch Podcast, man. I'm your host, Q1 Humphreys. We are currently in that point in the NBA offseason where there's not really much going on. The NBA free agency hype has died down. The Summer League is done. The draft process is done. There aren't really any trades to talk about, but we do have the Olympics. And for the first time in 4 years, we got it. So I'm going to be here, and I'm going to talk about it. I want to talk about the Team USA. Now, I didn't want to talk about Team USA before the Olympics started because it's not like the whole team was there. You know, there was the Kawhi Leonard situation where he stopped playing and they had to bring in Derek White. They had Kevin Durant, who had not played up until today. And you can kind of see that Team USA was still trying to find themselves, find their identity, even though they had the best players, some of the best players, most of the best players in the world. Does not mean that they're just going to come out here and blow people out by 30, 40 points, because there are a bunch of NBA players in the other teams too. So a couple of those showcase games were close, but this game really showed you how Team USA is going to look for the rest of this run, bringing back Kevin Durant. But looking at the game today, they took on I almost said the Serbia, I almost said a mascot. I gotta get out of that. They took on Serbia today, led by, of course, Nikola Jokic. They defeated them 110-84. Kevin Durant led the way with 23 points, 8 for 9 from the field, 5 for 5 from 3. He finished the first half with 21 points, 8 for 8 from the field. All of his made field goals were in the first half. So we finished the first half 8 for 8, 5 for 5 from 3, 21 points. That is crazy with him not having played a game of basketball for real since the playoffs would be April. LeBron James followed up, 21 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, 9 for 13 from the field. And then you had a couple of guys fill in with double figures. You had Drew Holiday with 15, Devin Booker with 12, and Curry and Anthony Edwards with 11 each. For Serbia, Nikola Jokic, of course, would lead the way. He had 20 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, 8 for 15 from the field. But, of course, the Team USA was just too much for them. Serbia wasn't really one of those teams that you expected to really give them too much trouble. Now, if you watch the game, the first couple minutes were a little bit shaky. Serbia came out up 12-2, 10-2, but it was the morning time up over here on the East Coast. And you could have went and got you a bowl of cereal and came back, and when you came back, it was a tie game. So as soon as the USA team took control, they had control for the rest of the game. But I want to talk about the biggest storyline of this game. The return of, I'm going to call him Captain America. The return of Captain America, Kevin Durant, came out here, like I said, 21 points in the first half on perfect shooting. Didn't miss a field goal, didn't miss a three-point shot. He really just showed us how good he is. You know, I believe Kevin Durant is one of those guys that he's so good, and, you know, his production stays the same, been the same probably since 2014, 2015. His production has been the same. And we just take it for granted that he's not one of the best scorers that the game of basketball has ever seen. And you see him go off like this, it's like, wow, this guy's he's really that good. You know what I'm saying? He's Kevin Durant. You know who he is. That's what he said a couple years ago in the series against the Clippers. You're Kevin Durant. He's Kevin Durant. We know who he is, and he showed out today. Now, I believe Kevin Durant is probably the best Team USA player of all time. Now, when I say that, I don't mean as in he's the best player to ever put on Team USA uniform. I'm saying he's the best. His contributions to Team USA has been greater than anybody else's ever. He's first in total points. He's first in points per game. He's first in a bunch of other different categories as well. But if the USA wins this year, this will be his 4th gold medal. He's got one in 2012 with the team with Kobe and Bron and D Wade and all them. He's got one in 2016 with Kyrie. And who else was on that team? Kyrie, Jimmy Butler, and all them guys. And he won this past one, the last one in 2020. In the 2020 Olympics, kind of the 2021 Olympics because COVID and all that. But in the last Olympics he won, and if he comes and wins this one, this will be his 4th gold medal. That would be really insane. And I don't know anybody else that's ever done that. If anybody has done that, I don't know anybody else that has ever done that. But I think Kevin Durant was the missing piece. I talked about how the Team USA was kind of they had a lot of close games against teams that you would think are not that good. South Sudan, they beat South Sudan by 1 point. You know, South Sudan who does not really have, they don't have a really star NBA player on that team. They have a bunch of NBA players on that team, but not really a star. So you would think that would be okay. That's a game that the USA will blow them out. But you can see that they were just missing. They were just missing some things at some times, and I think Kevin Durant was that missing piece. You know, for this guy to come in here and just be a weapon, just be this, just dominant. You can't really do much with him. You know what I'm saying? He can step out, hit a couple catch, shoot threes. He can go in the low post. Like if you like some of the buckets that he got in this game were like, what? Like this guy's insane. He hit a fadeaway three at the end of the half. At the end of the halftime, jeez, right before halftime, fell on the ground, heavily contested, and he knocked it down like it was nothing. And like, you know what I'm saying? That's just like, that's KD. That's KD, man. And I think him coming back, I always thought USA was gonna win, even if Kevin Durant didn't play. But Kevin Durant coming back kind of gives them that piece of consistency that they're gonna need. Right now, only real consistent player has been LeBron James and kind of Anthony Davis, but Davis didn't really play that much this game. But it's really just been LeBron James, and now you're bringing back Kevin Durant, a veteran, to this Olympic game. I think that puts them over the top even more than they are over the top right now. Another key storyline: Jason Tatum did not play at all this game. He did not play at all. I mean, he got no burn. Mind you, this was the guy that just led his team. Well, led quote unquote, because some people are going to disagree with that. But he was the best player on his team. Now, people are going to disagree with that too. But he was the best player on his team for this past year's NBA championship. Now, we already have this debacle with Jaylen Brown not making the Team USA, him being the Finals MVP, not getting an invite to Team USA, and now the best player from the championship team not getting no playing time in the first round of the Olympics. There were reports that JT was feeling that he was feeling some sickness coming into the game yesterday. But when asked about it, he said, "No, I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm fine. I could have played." Steve Kerr was asked about it. Steve Kerr said he went with the best combinations that he saw fit, and that JT will make his mark. So Jason Tatum is probably going to play in the next Olympic game, just because of the, not necessarily outroar, but the attention that's being brung to Steve Kerr and Jason Tatum. All right, now I want to talk about some other advancees, if that's the right word, in this Olympics. We have Canada. Canada defeated Greece, led by Shai Gilgeous. He had 21 points. Giannis had 34 in a losing effort. South Sudan beat Puerto Rico, led by Carlik Jones. Carlik Jones, he had 17 and 10 against Team USA in the showcase game. Came back out here with 19 points in this game. I believe, I'm not fully educated on Carlik Jones, but I believe he's one of the best players in the G League. He might have won an MVP, but I don't want to say he won an MVP, and he didn't win an MVP. But I know for a fact he's one of the best players in the G League. For Puerto Rico, Jose Alvarado had 26 points. For France defeated Brazil. Wembanyama had his Olympic debut. He finished with 19 points and 9 rebounds. Man, that's just crazy to me. The dude's like 21, so he's gonna be in Olympics probably for the next three times. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna keep getting better. And just watching his game from, I would say, the first summer league game last year when he struggled to now, it's been a crazy sight to see. And he's gonna continue to get way better. Germany defeated Japan, led by Dennis Schroeder, and we also have Australia defeating Spain. Now that moves me to the last thing I want to talk about in this video. Who in the is it pool or the okay, who has the best chance to defeat Team USA? A bunch of those teams I just named have a bunch of NBA players. And before I give my answer, I want to say the Olympics today is not the Olympics from when I was younger. The Olympics, I remember watching the 2012 Olympics. I was 10 years old. I remember watching the 2012 Olympics, and it was just like they're dominating. Like, you had Kobe, LeBron, Kevin Durant, Dwayne Wade, Chris Paul, Dwight Howard. They were just running through everybody because I still believe like most of the talent in the NBA is from America, but the talent around the rest of the world has definitely improved heavily since back then. You know, you look at the NBA right now, the top three, in my opinion, and some of you guys will agree with me, the top three players in the NBA are not from America. I would say maybe half of the top 10 players in the NBA are not from America. And that is crazy to think about because it wasn't always like that. You know, back in the day, it was the only real the best European player was Dirk. The best European player was Dirk. And maybe, no, I think Tim Duncan was from I think Tim Duncan wasn't from America either. But either way, he might have been, I'm not sure. But the best European player that I can think of off the top of my head was Dirk Nowitzki. Now, the best player in the world is not from America, and Nikola Jokic, or if you want to say Giannis, or if you want to say Luka. So it's not gonna be a walk in the park. You know, I know people want Team USA just to beat the doors off every single team, but there are other teams that have all-stars too. And as I say that, the team I say has the best chance to beat Team USA is, of course, Canada. Of course, Canada. If you look at Canada's roster, I think Canada has a full roster of NBA players just like Team USA does. And they also have a couple all-stars on their team as well. They're led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I think they start a lineup of Shai Gilgeous. Let me not even try to do that because I don't even know who they start. But Shai Gilgeous, Jamal Murray, R.J. Barrett, Lou Dort, Kelly Olynyk. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys that have had a lot of experience in the NBA and a lot of experience in this Olympic game and have had playoff experience as well, which is kind of what this is, like a single game elimination tournament. So you got to be able to win in those high stress situations. But Canada might be the only hope. Don't get me wrong. France is crazy because you got Wemby and you got Gobert and you got Evan Fournier as well. A couple NBA players in France as well. You know, Frank Ntilikina. But my best team outside of USA is Canada. With that being said, I think USA gonna still run through them all, especially with the way Kevin Durant playing. But that's neither here or there. But that's all I got for y'all today, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share with y'all folks. The women Team USA are playing tomorrow. They're having their first game tomorrow against Japan, I think. So I may put together something for that. But until then, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share with y'all folks. Like I said in the last video, we are trying to hit 200 subs before the end of September. We're coming up on August this week, so we have a little over a month to get up to the 200 subs, and we're just going to keep going from there. But until then, we out of here. Yeah!